Hey, what's up, boys and girls? Your boy Bo Stevens here. Coming poolside. Doing a lot. I know Longhorn's been doing the live streaming so far, so I kind of wanted to pitch in while he's out of town. I think he's getting a sex change. I'm not sure. He's up in Utah or some state that doesn't exist doing something, but God damn it, it's Memorial Day weekend. I mean, got the cigar, got the pool. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Got the look. Got the Traeger. Got it heated up. Got the fucking oh, oh, fucking brisket on the smoke, son. We're looking at about a 9 a.m. finish on this one, so a ways to go. A ways to go. Uh, got most of the meat prepped, so we got some spare ribs. We got some tablitas. We got uh, buffalo wings. We have jerk wings. We've got wings with my special rub on them, ladies. Um, we've got what else we got? Charcuterie board coming. I got queso coming. I got homemade salsa. I got to go make ranch dressing, homemade ranch dressing. I got to go make my homemade barbecue sauce. Oh, how could I forget that canned pork belly? I still have to do that. So we got work to do. We're gonna be up most of the night. I might do another one of these later. Anyway, we've been talking a lot of football. Just kind of want to come to you guys and see how's everybody doing. What are your plans for Memorial Day? What are your plans? You're having a good weekend. You're out of town. You're on a boat. Are you on a boat, motherfucker? Um, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you going to the mall later? Is what I'm asking. But whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, hope you're having a good time, friends and family. For the many people that are coming over here tomorrow, eat all this fucking food. Thank you, first of all. Secondly, I hope you come hungry. There's gonna be a lot of goddamn food. Got a keg of Yingling Flights. Also, I'm about to plug in. It's not my favorite, but it's an easy drinking light beer. A lot of people like to drink it. Um, Even ladies, their kid will drink that one. So it's not a bad brew. Um, as far as football goes, so I really am interested in doing like now that I've done the all 272. It's the first time that I did it. I made a. If you don't know what that means, I made a line for all 272 NFL games that are to be played this season. So Vegas does this every year. They have been uh since I think about 2021, so the last 4 years or so. And I've kind of been tracking their results. So I kind of wanted to put my own swing at it to see, how close would I get before they put theirs out. I did that, and then they put theirs out, so I've done the comparison. And I think there's 17 teams that I am within. If you took all the cumulative ATS minus or plus for the season, there's 17 teams that I'm within 17 points. In other words, 1 point a game or less than to start out. So those are the teams that I'll feel very confident in rolling to the season. But I think that not only the projections have it right, but more importantly, it's going to be priced correctly in the market, which that's really the big thing. Like, you know, I know I'm the numbers guy, whatever, and I talk a lot about numbers, and I know sometimes it's confusing because I don't fully explain everything. Some of that is on purpose because it's proprietary information. Some of it is just simply because I'm not great at explaining things, but I guess I'll try to put it as best I can. Really, what you're looking to do, and I'm just speaking to anybody that's really trying to get into this, you're trying to figure out. It's not like how much better is one team than the other. That is ultimately your goal. However, you could be right on your projections. Your numbers could be perfect. on how much better one team is than the other and how many points they should win by. However, if the market doesn't, you know, bear that out or doesn't give you the opportunity to get that in, that's where you're going to struggle to really try to make any money in this game. So it's kind of a blend of art and science when it comes to that, because you do have to figure in the marketplace. And I don't think I would have been as successful as I was making all 272 if I would have done just straight numbers. Now, even doing what I did, there are some teams I am just so far fucking off on. It's stupid. One of which is the Cleveland Browns. So I'll just tell you, I think I'm 40 points apart where Vegas is. Now Vegas doesn't have them a very good team, obviously, but they did go from 4.5 over under, which was the lowest in the league, after the draft, 5.5. So full game that they gained. They're the only team that gained any significant ground after the draft, which should tell you how much a draft is really worth. However, it's also priced into the marketplace too. So like that's the tricky thing. So if Tennessee didn't have the number one pick and they weren't just a lot to pick Ward number one, the rookie quarterback, and let's say they had the 17th pick and they got the highest rated quarterback on the draft board, well then their over under would move significantly from what it was to what it is. However, with their draft position already available, that's the reason why Vegas is very confident in putting out those markets even pre-draft, because they know where he's going to go. Everybody knew Cam Ward was going to Tennessee. They're going to put that, I think they put him at 5.5, which, by the way, is historically pretty low for a number one overall pick. Usually the benchmark is 6. The high end we saw last year with Sugar Bridges in Chicago was 8.5. That's the highest I've ever seen. Usually it's 6. 6 is a fair number. 6.5 is when you're pushing it. That's when 6.5 becomes easy money for the players. You just take the under, and you're going to win 72% of the time. I think we tracked with rookie quarterbacks. If it's at 6.5 or more, which we did bet the under against Chicago last year, won that easily. Even though they won like the first 3 games or whatever they did. I think they started 3-1 or some ridiculous shit like that. Was never a worry. I knew they were going to fade. It's kind of what rookie quarterbacks do. However, I say that we lost on Washington at 6.5, which should be easy money, like I just said, with Jaden Daniels doing what he did. So nothing is a guarantee. It's all just a law of averages, and I guess that's the reason why football in particular is so hard to make money on, because people get really emotionally invested. Sorry, in football, and they can't just people can't just put their bias aside and just kind of realize like, hey, this is what the data shows. And if you could do that, I feel like more people would win money betting football, but people can't. I mean, even our clients, dude. I can't tell you. I cannot tell you how many fucking clients that we have had, do have, will have, that they'll follow every fucking thing we say, which is a good idea, by the way. I finished up almost 60 units last year. 60 fucking units. So if you're a $100 game player, I think it was 58 units to be exact. You're $5,800. You just follow Bo Cephas last year. So it's a good idea to do exactly. And that's not even counting. I don't even count the pizza game parlays, pizza money parlays. I don't even count that shit. It's not even counting. And that shit, I hit 2 or 3 of those last year. 2 for sure. I think 3, but I don't know if I posted one of them. So we'll say 2 and be fair. 2 and be fair. I know one of our clients, he posted about what I call it pizza money for a reason. $10, $5, $10, whatever kind of hot 20s push. That's a big pizza for $20, right? This motherfucker's betting 50 on this just crap ass parlay. He hit two of them for I think he both of them hit for like over 2 grand or whatever it was. It's just stupid, but I don't even count that. That I don't even count that because that's just bonus extra shit. That's just bonus shit you get with me. That's not even counted into my record. But people, like I said, will do everything we say, except they will not. That I repeat, will not bet against their team. They won't do it. They will not fucking do it. We get text messages, personal messages, emails, whatever. Can't believe you're picking against, the Lions this week. Can't believe you're picking against the Cowboys this week. Can't believe you're picking against the Longhorns this week. Can't believe you're picking against Kansas State this week. Whatever it is. Text all the time. All the fucking time. I'm like, look, man, I'm just doing what I always do. It just so happens that the team that you like the most ended up on the wrong side of the ledger this week. Shit happens. Okay. So, I mean, I don't make any bones about it. I'm a big Aggie fan. I'm a big A&M Aggies fan. But who bet Bowling Green plus 36 or whatever I put them out at this year at A&M? This fucking guy did. And who won that game? This fucking guy did. Because the Aggies weren't good enough to beat Air by 36 points this year. Especially a Bowling Green team who had a legitimate NFL player at tight end where I knew that the Aggies could not cover and did not cover. They weren't ever going to be able to cover that dude. They weren't ever going to be able to cover that dude. And they didn't. And he had a great game, and Bowling Green did just fine. They lost. Obviously, they're going to lose, but they easily covered that game. Easily. So the fact that people can't just put their personal bias aside, and I don't know why football, I honestly don't. I love all sports. I don't know why football is the one sport where people just absolutely cannot fucking, they can't separate the two. You can talk to them about basketball. They can be the biggest Lakers fan in the world, but if they're up against, like, yeah, man, fucking Lakers, they ain't got it. Talking about hockey, you talking about fucking anything, any other sport, I swear to God, than football. And the NFL is not even as bad as college. College is the fucking worst. Oh my God. To get a college football fan to bet against their team, I mean, you might as well try to talk Jesus into being a Buddhist. Like, that is the level of fucking. That is the level of difficulty you're going to have in that conversation. So I don't try. I just put out the picks. You do what you want to with them. You paid for them, so you bet them as you like. You can bet them all. You can bet some of them. You can fade them. You can do whatever the fuck you want. All I'm going to tell you is I'm going to make money, and if you follow me, you're going to make money. So, but again, it's a choose your own adventure game. You pay for the picks. You do what you like with it. Do what you like. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, doesn't matter to me. I would like you to make money. I would like you to be successful. I would like to be happy with the picks that I put out. I hate when I lose. I fucking hate it. Uh, we had a couple of losing weeks last year. Even having such a great year and being up so many units, we still had a couple of losing weeks. It's gonna fucking happen. Like, you're going to lose. But overall, do you win money? That's the biggest question. And of course, you're going to if you just stick with the program. Anyway, I say all that to say Cleveland went up a full game over the drafts or after the draft, and Vegas is supporting it with the lines and everything. Like, I'm so far off on Cleveland, and I'm perplexed about it. It's frustrating a little bit if I'm being honest. I don't like being wrong. I really fucking don't like being wrong. I especially don't like being that wrong on something that's like, it seems to me to be so simple to get right. They were a shitty team last year. They didn't really get any better. They got no quarterback. And yet somehow, and I'm not saying Vegas said they're better because Vegas over under last year I think was 8.5. This year it's 5.5. But how the fuck did we get from 4.5 to 5.5? Which I'm gonna bet the under either way. But I can't figure out if it's the Shador excitement or what it is. But I don't understand it. I would never. And if it is a Shador factor, say this out loud. When is the last time that you saw a fourth round pick make a full win difference in the NFL their rookie year? I mean, I can't even think of I can't even think of a possibility on that. So again, that it just seems misplaced to me. But anyway, the other team is Jacksonville. I I am so much lower on Jacksonville than Vegas is. We're so far apart. I will not be betting any Jacksonville games early in the season because either I'm it, and this is going to be an interesting part of this experiment is okay, where am I wrong, this far wrong, or is Vegas wrong? Is the marketplace wrong? Which I don't, I'm not, I don't have the kind of hubris to say, oh, I'm better than the market. I know more than the marketplace does. I will never say that. Now, the only reason why you make a bet is because you think you have an edge on the marketplace. That's different than saying I'm right and the market is wrong. To me, it's different. Having an edge, having a plus EV edge on the marketplace is different from saying the market is fucking wrong and I'm right. Again, that's just my opinion. Maybe it's semantics, but in my mind, that's how I think about it. I don't think that, oh, I've got this shit figured out. Vegas and everybody else in their money doesn't know what they're doing. Again, I don't have that kind of hubris in me. I think that personally, there are just certain situations where I think I've got an edge on where the marketplace is, and I've got a positive EV situation, and that's when I'm going to fire a bet, if that makes any sense. Case in point, I've already put out our first free pick of the year in the NFL. It was Philadelphia, week one versus Dallas. So they opened at 6.5. I immediately grabbed that and put it out. It's moved to 7. Um, Look, it wasn't close between those two teams last year. Dallas didn't do anything to improve themselves this year, and Vegas agrees with me on that. Now, what my numbers actually say, the line should be 10. Should be 10 in Philly. So I'm getting 6.5. But when I made the line on my all 272, again, this is part where art kind of comes in with science. I knew it wasn't going to open at 10. There's no fucking chance. Everybody and their mother, including me, would have pounded the cows plus 10, open it up. You just don't open up division rivals 10-point dogs. That's just not a thing. So, but given the givens, I get a 3.5 point discount. I have one team, and I always try to think about in futures, especially like what is working for me, what's working against me. Because you got to weigh both sides as far as like, okay, this is a possible positive, this is possible negatives. What are the possible negatives on the Philadelphia side of this bet? Well, Jalen Hurts could die of gonorrhea or whatever. Saquon Barkley's leg could fall off. Something terrible. The plane could crash, right? Carrying all the Eagles. Nick Sirianni could not be a douche anymore. He could just be a normal person. That would be terrible, I think. Terrible negative for the Eagles. uh, there are extremes that could be negative for the Eagles. But as far as like negatives and the relative possibility of probability, not a lot. There's not a lot of negatives per se for the Eagles that could, if the line opened at 6.5, it's already moved to 7. What is going to be the negatives that push that line back past the 6.5 mark and I get a bad number? Other than the unprobable, there's not a lot. Now, flip it over to the outside. What are the negatives that could push the line even further, right? From 6.5 to 7, they could get up to that 10. As we saw, it was like, what, 2 years ago? No, three probably now, where they opened up the season in Tampa Bay against Swami and the Buccaneers. And I think that game was like preseason. I want to say it was like 7 or 7.5, and it was 9.5 at kickoff. Now, I bet Tampa early on that, and I got the Cows late as it ballooned up. I think I hit both sides of that, but I don't exactly remember. I at least went 1-1 because the Cows barely lost the game. So what are the negatives though that could happen for the Cows to push that line to be a Tampa Bay situation where it gets up, just balloons up, and then maybe we get a chance to kind of try to fiddle in the middle, as Longhorn likes to say, and catch both sides. Well, I mean, number one, everybody could get to training camp and realize that okay, Dak still can't really move or throw. That's really number one because he did rip his hamstring off the fucking bone. And this is already a guy who doesn't move anymore. Like his mobility. I swear to God, if you go back and watch tape of him as a rookie in 2000, was it 16? I think 16. God damn, he's been in the league 9 years now. 2016. So if you want that, if you go back and watch that and look at him now, I mean, he doesn't even look like the same dude, at least from a movement perspective. Now, mentally, he's obviously light years ahead. Um, he's a mature NFL quarterback now, so all that takes into account too. However, he still holds the ball too long. He's always held the ball too long. He's still a little bit slow in reading the defenses, and he's hesitant to push the ball down the field. And he's gotten more and more hesitant as the years have gone on because he never had a great arm to begin with, and now less and less is everything in his lower body, which if you know anything about throwing anything, it all starts with your lower body. So without his lower body, without his base, his arm wasn't ever naturally gifted. So I was a fourth round quarterback to begin with. Um, and it's just getting less and less as his lower body deteriorates on him, unfortunately. So anyway, the negative part is I could get a Dak that's not ready to go week one. And then I'm staring at Joe Milton in the face. And then that line is 10 for sure, if not more. So we have a positive EV closing line there. Closing line positive CLV, sorry, is what I should say. Closing line value, what that stands for. I don't like to use all these fucking acronyms and not explain what it is. There's a lot of fake ass handicappers online, mostly chicks, with big tits or whatever they got. They use all these acronyms that they get fed from the actual handicappers that are doing the work behind the scenes. They use them try to sound like they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Don't ever fucking listen to those chicks. Like literally ever. They'll be right every once in a while because everybody is, but they don't do the work. They don't do anything. They just literally are paid by whoever they're paid by to have their tits out and talk on camera, but they don't actually know how to write an algorithm. They don't actually know how to do any of the things that we do. So, regardless, um, that's number one. It could be negative. Most important. Number two is okay. They traded for George Pickens. That guy's a nutcase. I mean, he could be blown up the locker room by week one. He could be off the team by week one for all I know. That's another improbable thing, but it could happen. Any injury to their shitty offensive line that's already bad, if they get any of those starters hurt, I mean that's not even improbable. because I mean people get hurt all the time. As far as like offensive linemen, that's kind of probable that that's going to happen. Maybe not before week one though, so that's a given. But then when everybody sees they have no running game, maybe this new Brian Schottenheimer offense isn't clicking early, right? Everybody kind of sees that. There's a lot of things that could push the factors in my favor negatively for week one that are more probable than anything that will push against me. So take it all the way back. I get a number at 6.5. That's 3.5 points better than what my projection is. And by the way, Dallas and Philadelphia are both two teams that I was within 17 points on for the full season with Vegas. So I think I'm pretty good on my data there. And I think Vegas would have made that game 10, all things being equal. They're just not going to do it because they're going to get crushed on one side in the market. And that's not where they're trying to be. They're trying to be at the Vegas is always trying to balance the buy point. That's all it is. It's a balance the buy point. You want buying both sides 50-50. So if you're going to balance the buy point, 10 is not going to get it done. 6.5, 7, that'll get it done. 6.5 didn't. Every sharp like me immediately bought 6.5 immediately. 7, that's going to balance it for a while. It's a good run number. That'll slow the action down as we get closer to kickoff. We'll see again all these probabilities of what could happen, right, will play themselves out. But all things being equal, even if the game kicks off, let's say nothing that I just said happens, which is a good possibility too. Everything's equal. We stay where we are, and we kick this game off at 7. I've got half a point CLB on a very important point, 6.5 to 7. And number two, I've still got what I project out is 3.5 points of cushion. So I'm already in a positive EV situation, no matter what the market does. So that's the reason why that makes a bet in May for something that's not going to happen until September. Now, anytime you do anything like that, there's always a risk. Always. Oh, hang on. Brock Purdy, win picking college team. Sorry. Oh, I got a message here. Brock Purdy question mark when picking college football team, NFL. So how many players domestic violence charge could sway his team spreading during the week? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to. This is my first round on this live thing, so I apologize. I'm not trying to fuck up your comment here. GZDR4Ev. Brock Purdy question mark when picking a college football team or NFL. So many players up on domestic violence charges could sway the spread during the week. Okay, I'm not sure exactly. I think maybe I know what your comment is. Maybe clarify it a little bit. So you're saying maybe it's back to my fourth round thing. How many people could change a projection, a Vegas projection from like Cleveland was 4.5 and now they're 5.5? If that's what you're saying, just clarify this. But if that's what you're saying, Brock Purdy didn't change shit. San Fran was already projected where they were. Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. He was an afterthought. As far as the marketplace goes, now obviously, to your point, he's come in and played awesome, right? He's changed that whole franchise around. That so many players in domestic violence charge could sway the spread during the week. Absolutely, absolutely. So there's millions of factors that change the spread during the week, injuries and everything else. So great point there. Just clarifying the Brock Purdy question mark. I'm not sure, and I don't want to put words in your mouth to say that that isn't what you were saying or whatever. So if you clarify that, I would appreciate it. But either way, for the Brock Purdy thing, yeah, him getting drafted, Mr. Irrelevant, did not change San Fran's over under that particular season, preseason. Now, did it change their destiny overall, their team overall? Absolutely. Where would they be without that fucking guy, right? And I'm not saying Shadur Sanders can't come in and be a great player. However, he was drafted in the fourth fucking round. Like, you don't draft people in the fourth round to change your franchise. That's not how that fucking works. Or you're not supposed to. I mean, it's great if it fucking happens for sure, but that's not how it's supposed to work. That's how you're. You're supposed to be drafting the first round for a reason. You're supposed to, go in the first round because you are that dude, right? Again, if that wasn't your point, then please clarify. Um, but yeah, like the odds and that's the other interesting thing. You bring up a great point too on the spread changing during the week. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how many lines like during the week stay within the range of what I had them and what Vegas had them, given the givens. So not so your point notwithstanding, yeah, people can get hurt, people can get arrested, anything can happen, right? But let's say it doesn't. Let's say it doesn't happen, and teams are just teams, and we're staring at week 4, and I've got whatever team X versus team Y. I had it at -4, Vegas had it at -3, and all of a sudden it's a pickle, and nothing changed other than we've seen 3 weeks of football. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm really looking for because I really want to see. Okay, did Vegas make an overall adjustment to this? Or is it the market overreacting to 3 weeks of football, which is mostly what that is. So that's really I kind of want to dig my feet in and stand my ground if I've got ground to stand on in those situations. And that is really where I think that this data is going to help me this year get even better in the NFL. Just looking at, okay, how rock solid was I with Vegas and the marketplace starting? Now we're in week 6. I had this team, like for example, Seattle. I am half a point off in Seattle from Vegas for the entire season. Get up all 18 weeks, 17 games. I have Seattle half a point different than Vegas has them graded right now. So I feel really good about the Seahawks and what my projections are. So in week 4, if my line is off by 3, that means Vegas' line is going to be off by 3, obviously in preseason. Is that because of overperformance by Seattle? Underperformance by Seattle? Is it valid? Is it something sustainable? That is the kind of things that you're looking to do and you're looking to gather from this kind of data. I hope this is making sense. I have no idea. Uh, Longhorns usually better at kind of stopping me down and putting it like making me make sense or at least making me sound better. Well, some of this kind of stuff because I do tend to ramble, especially when I get to talking numbers and projections. But either way, I hope that you understand what I'm saying. And if you don't, guess what? Just go to patreon.com/bet. What is it? Bet underscore no bet. Yes, bet underscore FGH. Sorry, I'm not the salesman. Patreon.com bet underscore slash bet underscore FGH. Sign up to be a premium member, and you get all this for free. And you don't have to worry about all this bullshit that I'm talking about. You just get to sit back, smoke a fucking stogie, drink your fucking beer there, kid. Get in your fucking pool here, kid. Your hot tub, whatever you want. Smoke your brisket. Do whatever you want, and just win money. Just win money and never pay a bookie again. As we always say, never pay a bookie again. Anyway, all right, boys and girls, I think you've had enough of me for right now. So maybe I'll come back later. Maybe after I go, I got to go make some ranch dressing and some barbecue sauce and get some pork belly ready. God damn, we're gonna get so fat tomorrow. It's gonna be fucking ridiculous. That's okay though. It's Monday, chest day. Monday, we try to go in heavy so we can lift heavy. We're fucking men. That's right. All right. See you guys later. Until then, let's fucking go.